Hey, this is TheShadowMantis, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we started the game, and we met the Great Deku Tree. And in this episode, we will be, I guess, uncursing him, whatever that means. We might not complete this dungeon in this episode, but I hope to complete it in this episode. Hell, I might actually do the full recording of the dungeon and then just split it up to episodes. But don't count on that, because I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do with these episodes right now. Alright, so now he's saying to look at the wall. There's giant spiders there, Navi. I'm not climbing that wall. There's no way I'm going to climb that wall. Alright, so I found the dungeon map. That's great. It's not really that helpful, because this is a really small dungeon. Like, I'm talking really small. Alright, what do you want now, Navi? Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted to tell me that I can open doors. How dare I? How dare I? I mean, Navi just wanted to tell me that I can open a door. Forgive me, Master. If I will give you a clue, will you let me go? When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold the control stick forward, you will land on the ground and roll. Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you for that. You are... I'm just having a field day with this dungeon, aren't I? I mean, seriously. Navi's telling me I can open doors? I can roll on the ground to make it so I don't take damage when I drop from a giant cliff? I mean, this is just going great. Alright, so here what we're getting is the item of the dungeon, which is the fairy slingshot. Now, this is a pretty much useless item other than this dungeon. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't use it at all at any other place in the game other than like mini games and places where it's forced. Like, if there's an instance where you can use it, I still don't use it. It's just that useless of an item. It really is. It's an unnecessary item that they probably just threw in the dungeon. Hell, I think it would have been better if they gave you the shield in the dungeon and then made the puzzles, like the amount of puzzles, which is barely any, based off like using the shield to deflect things. That would have made this a better dungeon. And I can honestly say that. Alright, so these are the, I guess the ammunition for the slingshot. Perfect. We got the Deku seeds. They're basically just nuts that you can shoot with the slingshot. It's like an arrow, except it's a nut. Yeah. Alright, so let's continue on to the single room in the top floor. Here, there's actually an item that isn't even... It's not mandatory. This is just going off the beaten path to get. But I guess it counts towards 100%. Not really, but I guess. So this is the compass. It basically just shows you where treasures are and the boss. See, the slingshot doesn't even kill those spiders. It doesn't even do that. The one thing it would be useful for, and it doesn't even do that. Alright, Deku Nuts. Deku Nuts is actually another useless item that I never use, ever. I mean, it's not useless. It actually has a very good use, but I just never use it. Alright, so right here is the first golden skulltula of the game. Here's where you will get your first gold skulltula coin, and yeah, there's actually 2 more in this dungeon. There's 100 in the whole game, so get ready. Alright, don't kill me. Oh, God. Man, this spider. Just having a great day. What was he doing? Was he glitching? Or was that on purpose? I don't even know. Doesn't matter. I'll put that there. And take the Deku stick and light that on fire. These puzzles, don't know if you noticed, but they're not difficult at all. You probably should have noticed by now. Alright, so here's the one difficult part of the dungeon. I don't even know if I would call it difficult. So right here, you can see that there is actually a spider webbed floor on the ground. So you're gonna jump off, and then you're gonna slash down. Yeah, it really, like, the game's just like, you know what, they'll figure it out. Like, to little kids, I don't think little kids would have figured that out so easily. So here are where the next two golden skulltulas are. Right on that wall, right here on the vines, and then there's another right after. It's on the other side of the room. Or is it? No, it's right there. I guess that's kind of on the other side of the room. So just shoot this down. Now this one, it's not so easy to get. You gotta get up here and like jump into it, but you'll get it. So there we have it. We have all the golden skulltulas that we can get in this dungeon right now. There's more later on in the game where you come back to the dungeon and you come get one gold skulltula coin, but it's only one. So now that we have a recovery heart, don't know how I would have done without that. Just grab that fire that we created and bring it over here and unlock the door, I guess. Well, it's not really unlock. You could call it unlock. Another one of these Deku scrubs. He asks for forgiveness and yeah, teach me something cool. You will never beat my brothers up ahead unless you punish them in the proper order. The order is 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. Do you think I'm a traitor? Well, obviously, you are a traitor. You just sold out your brothers so I can kill them. I would call that traitorous. I don't know about you, but I would. So, we're getting pretty close to the end of the dungeon here. About 3 rooms in. No, what am I talking about? 3 rooms more. So here's like a little water puzzle for you. Basically, you're gonna go down here, and it teaches you how to dive. This is a really nice tutorial dungeon, I would call it. It is a lackluster, you know, actual dungeon. But for a first-time player, it's really nice. Oh no. My timing was off right there. There's no way. Jump onto the platform when it's still lowered. Hopefully we make it across. Oh yeah, it's not even speeding up. The timer. It's not even sped up yet. I turn around and kill him. Stand next to the block and grab hold of it with the A button. I was just gonna tell them that, Navi. I was just gonna tell them that, and you ruined it. You ruined it. I was gonna... She ruins everything, by the way. I just wanted to let you know. That's the only bad part about this game. Her. Navi is the worst part of the game. So now we are really close to the end of the dungeon. All we gotta do now is take this stick, go around in a circle, and light these, go into the next room, basically do the same thing, and we're on our way to the boss, which, just like this dungeon, is pathetic. Alright, stay out of the middle right here, just because eggs will drop down, and you will not have a fun time with those, I can assure you. They are the babies of the boss of this dungeon. You wouldn't get it right now, but if I showed them to you and then I showed you the boss, you'd be like, those look similar. So here we are, back in the room we were in before. Basically, you're just going to take this block and push it. So there's a shortcut for later on in the game and right now. Once this falls, you can already see what our goal is. We got to get that fire and bring it back to the web we were just near. So grab this, jump, and just roll. Oh no, get down there, come on. Jeez. So now earlier the Deku Scrub told us 23 is number 1. So what it's asking you to do is kill the Deku Scrubs in order of 2, 3, 1. So the second one, then the third one, and then the first one, which is right here. Now just walk into them. And how did you know our secret? How irritating. It's so annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Gohma to you in order to administer the coup de grace to the Queen Gohma. Strike with your sword while she's stunned. Are you serious? That's a mandatory thing to know. That's not a tip. That's not a hint. Nothing about that is like, oh, thanks. Thanks for telling me that. I wouldn't have known. You think I wouldn't have hit her with a sword? I have a sword. I did. The NPCs in this game are rather stupid, if you know what I mean. So, as you can see, there's not really anything here. But if you look up, you're just like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, no. See, this thing is intimidating, but it is pathetic. Just take your slingshot and just have a great day with that. So all you have to do in this fight is slingshot it when it has a red eye, and then slash your sword. That little technique I was doing earlier is called a spin attack. You just kind of spin your control stick in a circle, and already it's dead after 2 cycles. Jeez, that was easy. That was too easy. I would say, whoa, to that, because I'm pretty sure that's the quickest I've ever killed that too. I usually use the Deku Stick technique, because the Deku Stick is actually more powerful than a sword. Yeah, I know, it's really weird. There's our first heart container, by the way. I'm not going to show a little bubble for that, because that's... You get it. You walk into it. I'm not going to make a little annotation thing for that. So, let's get to another cutscene. Great. Well done, Link. Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. I knew that thou wouldst be able to carry out my wishes. Now I have yet more to tell ye. Wouldst thou listen? Now listen carefully. A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me. This evil man ceaselessly uses his vile sorcerous powers in his search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is in that sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Before time began, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Din, the goddess of power. Nehru, the goddess of wisdom. Furore, the goddess of courage. Din. With her strong flaming arms, she cultivated the land and created the Red Earth. Nehru poured her wisdom onto the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world. Furore, with her rich soul, produced all life forms who would uphold the law. The three great goddesses, their labors completed, departed for the heavens, and golden sacred triangles remained at the point where the goddesses left the world. Since then, the sacred triangles have become the basis of our world's providence, and the resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm. Thou must never allow the desert man in black armor to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man, with his evil heart, to enter the sacred realm of legend. That evil man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon, but do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. Link, go now to Hyrule Castle. There, thou wilt surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take this stone with you, the stone that man wanted so much that he cast the curse upon me. You got the Kokiri's emerald. This is the spiritual stone of the forest, now entrusted to you by the Great Deku Tree. The future depends upon thee, Link. Thou art courageous. Navi the Fairy, help Link to carry out my will. I entreat ye, Navi. Goodbye. Let's go to Hyrule Castle, Link. Goodbye, Great Deku Tree.